remember that one night when we fell in love. What we had felt so right, cause we had trust. Now it's drowning in our lives. I know we're broken up, you know the feelings deep inside. So what's you, what we've been through. I miss you, and you can't lie, you miss me too. If I roll through, but you...
In an interview that was conducted 1 month prior to the fatal plane crash, Aaliyah spoke of a reoccurring dream that could be interpreted in several ways. It is dark in my favorite dream. Someone is following me. I don't know why. I'm scared. Then suddenly I lift off, far away. How do you feel? As if I am swimming in the air, free, weightless. Nobody can reach me. Nobody can touch me. It's a wonderful feeling. Aaliyah's dream holds a lot of symbolism. A desire to escape the pressures that come with immense fame, a battle with fear, a sense of stability and relief, and a search for freedom. Considering the tragic accident that happened just weeks after this interview, one could see this dream as a dark, subconscious premonition of the crash that played a role in the loss of one of the most iconic performers of her time. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Aaliyah predicting her own. So without further more to say, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell post notifications so that you'll be notified every time I drop a video. Let's get into today's video. Happy Vlogmas Day 23. 2 more days until Christmas. How about that? Not ready at all. So, we all know the famous dream that Miss Aaliyah had weeks after this interview. And a lot of people seem to think it was just some dream that she had and it was just this big coincidence. I mean, it really was her predicting her. But I don't think that it was just a freak dream. I don't think that it was just a coincidence and just a gut feeling of hers. I definitely think it was more. It was more than that. Everyone, along with Aaliyah herself, knew her faith and what would happen. They all knew. After she played Jay-Z in the public, if you will, although they never had a title, they weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, she said they weren't even dating like that. To us, it wasn't really dating, or to some, I believe they were dating, that's me, but to some, they were not dating. So it just looked like they were friends. Therefore, people are like, it's not really playing him, they weren't friends. But if Aaliyah was sleeping with Jay-Z and hanging out with him a lot, making him think he had a chance, that's still something. So she played him in the public because everybody knew she was messing around with him. Daily Carson said it. A lot of people said it. He was like, oh, I thought you were going to bring out Jay-Z. I thought that you were talking about that friend. No, she was just talking about a snake. But after she played him in front of the public, not only the public, but his friends, Damon said his friends were laughing at him after Damon hit that. Now, I believe in that very moment, they all, including her, found out her faith. I don't know if he told her personally what he was planning on doing, or if he said some words to her that made her fear for her life or want to hint to us that she would be gone in the next weeks. I don't know. Or I don't know if word got back to her from other people and she just heard through the industry that her life was done. And whoever was chasing her, which I think was Jay-Z now, was after her, and she knew. She threw subliminals for the longest, but back then no one really caught on to the situation. Everyone was asleep, which I don't really blame them, because you never think that someone's gonna hurt a person, let alone a celebrity. But I genuinely believe that she knew. Like I said, I don't know if she was told or she heard, but she definitely found out after what she did to Jay-Z. Hints to her dream and hints to her interview when they asked her what she would like to be remembered as when she's long gone. This was also a question for Selena, surprisingly, and she's no longer here. It's all set up. She knew, they knew. I think everyone knew. from the interviewers, her friends, herself. I don't know if her family knew, clearly not, but they asked her what she would like to be remembered as when she's long gone at the age of 22. Why would you ask a 22-year-old that question? That's my question. Rock the Boat and We Need a Resolution was the telling of her story. Especially, well, I can't say one was better than the other at hinting to her. They were both very telling. It just speaks for itself. If you know, you know. From the lyrics to the video. A lot of people seen that skull and bones in the sky, the doves in the sky. That was not there. That was put there by probably Hype Williams or whoever edited that video. They knew her faith. She knew her faith. Altogether, I believe her last album hinted to everything. All the problems she was going through. That's why she said this album was very personal. It reflected a little bit of her and her life. It told a story of what she was going through with certain people. People hating on her crew, not being happy with her. Them needing to come to a resolution because there was problems and someone was out cheating late nights and she was waiting on him at home. It was a lot of stuff. Sounds like the Jay-Z and Aaliyah situation to me. So those two songs are crucial. Also, More Than a Woman, she said someone has new bones in their closet. What could it have been? Who is she talking about? Who had new bones in their closet? Who? Her album, her last album, like I said, along with certain songs, are very telling. And she was trying to tell us this. Well, I wasn't even alive. She was trying to tell her other fans, her original fans, day one fans, what was going on. Through music, through dreams, interviews, you name it. But like I said, back then no one caught on. Everyone was very asleep, very. Not an inch of awareness was floating through the air. No one knew. So all the hints were really for nothing. 20-something years later, they're being looked into by us, fans, us newer generation of fans, because we know. We not letting that slide. And if we were born back then, and we could stay young forever until now, we would have known. Trust and believe. If I was born back then, I would have been like, yeah, no, that's weird. What is she talking about? This is not just music. She needs help. She's in danger. She's scared. Something. I would have known. But like I said, I'm not blaming anyone. They were just asleep. And unfortunately, no one was awake enough to warn her, real enough to warn her. It just happened. Unfortunately, and I wish I could take it back, but life doesn't work like that. Her dream is not a coincidence at all. She knew. Someone, somewhere, like I said, I don't know if it was Jay-Z himself, someone told her personally, or someone told her her faith. I don't know how they said it, how it was said, what they said, or how she heard about it, but she knew. Sadly enough, just think about what she must have been going through to know your own faith and that it would end tragically somehow, some way, but you not knowing when and how has to be scary. No one wants to be chased after when it comes to that over something so petty. All he had to do was move on with a girl that looked like Aaliyah, that act like Aaliyah. That's it. Like Timbaland, just move on. Why in her life? Let me stop. We're supposed to stay on track, but I definitely think Jay did it. Barry knew. Tim and Missy knew. Maybe Genuine. They all fell out after she. What a coincidence. No one was speaking to her. None of her friends. Why? I know Kidada knew. That girl turned down going to the Bahamas with her best friend. Who would turn down an opportunity like that? I would have loved to go with Aaliyah. My best friend just offered me to go to the Bahamas to see her hard work. Her beautifulest song to me, one of them, yeah, I'm going with my friend. Heck yeah, to be on an island? Oh yeah, we going. There's no reason why I can't go with my friend at all. You don't want to be in the way of what? She needed someone close to her that last moment. Her family couldn't go. They were busy. Why couldn't you? They all knew. Jay did it. Barry knew. He let it happen. I think him and Jay-Z exchanged some words, and Jay-Z was like, hey bro, this the plan, this her faith. I don't care, she did me like this. I lost respect. I can't let her grow above me with this dude I call my best friend. He stole her from me, and then he got the business. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got my girl. I ain't on top. If you need what you need to get when it comes to your niece, get it. Barry went out and got that 90 million. He wrote, I will not be responsible for anything that happens to her when she goes to the Bahamas. And then receives 90 million after her and spent it afterwards. He didn't even give money to the mom. He didn't help with the funeral, help getting her body back. He sat in a hotel with dude that exposed all of it. Dude fake too. I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell it now. You was chilling with him with that 90 million. And they was chilling. They was eating while all this shit was going on. Imagine your own brother chilling on 90 million after your daughter was I think maybe even Diddy could have known. Diddy and Jay-Z are friends, right? Or they've worked together. Diddy has his fair share of making people disappear. His beautiful ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter, she reminded me so much of Aaliyah. When I found out who she was after she died, that's when I found out. I was looking at her pictures, I'm just like, she reminds me of Aaliyah. She has that slim figure, she's beautiful, beautiful hair, the it girl, you know, and she just always reminded me of Aaliyah as soon as I figured out who she was. And it's funny because she was vulnerable. I heard she was finna release some stuff on Diddy. She knew stuff, and it's alleged, I don't know, it could be clickbait, but they said she knows more, or she had evidence on Aaliyah's death, more evidence. She knew exactly what happened. I don't know how true that is. Could be possible. Aaliyah knew Diddy. Who knows? But Diddy probably knew too. He's dangerous. And Jay-Z clearly was just as dangerous. But it's funny because the interview where she said this, the interview, is nowhere to be found on the internet. There's no physical interview or in-person interview. There's no radio interview. I'm pretty sure it exists, but not as of right now. It's not on the internet. Nothing exists of this interview but a quote of what she said. Maybe even a piece of article, a piece of magazine. But where's the video? Where's the interview? Why didn't it come out back then? But once I heard about her dream, I knew that she knew her fate. It's obvious. She knew. It wasn't just a freak dream. She knew. And when you know, you have dreams about that. When it's bothering you, you have dreams about it. This is a silly example from me. Don't even take it serious, but I am so careful with my iPhone. This is the first iPhone I've ever had. And every time somebody takes my phone or I have my phone outside, I'm just like, I hope I don't break this, drop this, crack the screen. I've had an iPhone that was lended to me and I dropped it and broke the screen. And I just don't want to break this one. You know, I saved up for this phone and I would hate to see it go down because of me being clumsy. But I had a dream that I had a dream that I broke the back of it and the front. It was cracked everywhere. Somebody's out here skidding. They always do that. Somebody actually got popped right in front of the apartment. But I had a dream that I broke my phone. And when you are worried about something, basically, you will dream it. That's how it works. So she knew. So she dreamt it. And it happened. Aaliyah knew. There was so many red flags that she knew. She was freaked out by the plane. She told her boyfriend she was scared of the plane. She told her brother she was scared of the plane. She didn't like the plane going out or coming back home. A lot of people never talk about it, but she was also off during her last performance. she was so slouched and so slow with her dancing. It was so noticeable. The last performance where she was in the all black, and it's funny how she was in all black. Kind of looked like a funeral service. She was also off during the backstage of all of that. After she performed her last performance, she went backstage to the after party, and she was sitting behind this table with Kidada and some other people, her team, and she seemed to have the most disturbed attitude. And then the lady that was on her team, she whispered to Aaliyah something about the camera. She pointed at the camera. Aaliyah looked at the camera and was just like, whatever. You know, she just had this demeanor going on in her last moments, bro. Like, she knew. That's all I could really say. When she was signing pictures and taking pictures with the fans, she was off. The lady, she was trying to get a picture, and she was like, she's not even paying attention. Aaliyah was like, I had to open the door for her. Blah, blah, blah. She was texting people, and she just was off. She was not focusing. She wasn't taking pictures like she was supposed to. She had her face in her phone that whole night. I'm going to just say night. And she was off. She was signing autographs. She was messing up. She would just dispose of it, write it again. What was the name? Like, she just was off. Just really watch her last performance backstage, after party. You'll see what I'm talking about. Her mood in the Bahamas. Her mood in the Bahamas was off as well. When she was walking onto the boat to do her last scene on the ocean, every girl, they were like sleep deprived, but they still had good energies. They were like had their pillows and hi, waving to the camera. Then Aaliyah was the last person out of the girls, I believe, to get on the boat. And they were filming her, and she just looked so disturbed. And she was like, good morning. Like, off. And then you seen Fatima walking with these papers, and she seemed so serious. She like, bro, we behind schedule with what needs to happen today. Fatima knew too, bro. Aaliyah was just not in the mood. Those last moments, those last days, weeks, whatever. Bro, not to mention all of the stuff that was happening, from the mood swings to the dream, all the weird stuff. She was poorly and badly mistreated in the Bahamas. No one ever talks about this part. And when I found this out, I'm just like, whoa, there's too many connections as to this being a purposely done thing. They made sure she had the worst time of her life at the end. I'm sure she still made the best of it. That's the type of person she seemed to be. But someone wanted her to suffer before she went out. Sadly enough. It was said that they barely had food in the Bahamas, something like that. Barely warm water. They couldn't really shower and clean themselves. They were just living horribly. The toilets were messed up. Just something that Aaliyah shouldn't have been going through, being who she was. She wasn't that known. Like, she was just gonna go, like, you know, big. But for where she was at still, she should have had the best treatment ever. I'm pretty sure she had that when her mother was around. I bet you Diane did not play that. But she was poorly mistreated. Also, in the last days that just are very odd, her family was busy. How odd is that? Her album was rushed. We talked about this before. I knew this, but a lot of people don't talk about it. They really don't. Last minute single changes. Her single went from More Than a Woman to Rock the Boat, which she had to go film a video for that. Unnecessary. Damon knew. Never listened to him. That's my fault. But unnecessary extra footage. She had all the footage done and filmed in Miami. That was more than enough footage. And last but not least, let's talk about the dark vibes. She began to get very dark. Queen of the Damned. We Need a Resolution. All the dark looks she got into, the dark fits, just the roles that she decided to take on were very dark. And I think that her world was dark. And you know those pillars I always talk about in We Need a Resolution, they came down and it was a dark sky, just cloudy and dark behind her. Maybe that was just her future. Maybe that was her world, her faith. now that I'm looking at it. It makes more sense. But dark vibes, dark movies, dark music in the end, and a disturbed mood. Anyways, that pretty much wraps it up for this crazy video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought or what you think down below. Happy Vlogmas Day 23. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Stay crazy.
Do you remember that one night when we fell in love? What we had felt so right.